Hey everybody. So I'm live. Hello. I haven't been live in a couple of weeks. I wanted to get on and play with some makeup today because it's Saturday and why not? And I was planning on doing a whole look live, but I'm only going to do part of it. And then to see the finish, you're going to have to go and watch me on YouTube, which is why I'm sideways, is so that I can put this video on YouTube and I won't get comments from people who are like, you need to turn your camera, because it's like, I know I turn my camera, but if I'm on Facebook Live, it doesn't like me rotating. So whatever. And there go my phones. So things are going to start to blow up. And you'll probably hear cats. So, you know, the usual shenanigans. Do I look like a real YouTuber yet, by the way, with my choker and my fancy headband that I'd probably never wear out because it gives me a headache? So yeah, so today I wanted to do something kind of fun. I came across an article that I shared on my public Facebook page, but I'll put it here too, with some really cool Sailor Moon inspired looks. And I have to be honest, I haven't watched nearly as much Sailor Moon as I should. However, one of the looks like completely spoke to me. So I am going to do the beginning of that. Hi, Valerie. It was, I'm pulling it up so I can show you guys. It's in the comments too. It was the Black Lady, and she looks like this. How glam and amazing is that? So I'm gonna do my base and then try and do pink brows live for all of you. So wish me luck. I've got a beverage here in my rolly cart and a picture, and we're gonna see what happens. I will be using a mix of unique products and not unique products just because I'm still building my collection. So first things first is I need primer. Obviously, we never start without primer. And I'm still loving the Milani Prime Light. It's super light, super luminous, and I just feel like it gives me a glow from underneath my foundation. So, super fast, let's get this on. Because I've already been going how long? Yeah, I gotta figure out how to make my videos shorter, because even my YouTube videos are like 30 minutes long and I feel bad about it. All right, so quick prime done. And my new favorite foundation is the Unique Touch Mineral Cream Foundation. Normally, I am a liquid gal. Normally, I just like how liquid sits on the skin, how natural it looks, how you can play with your coverage and all that kind of jazz. But lately, I've been loving how this feels. It's buildable, so I can build it to be whatever kind of coverage I want, but it is also, it just sits on the skin really nice. And I forgot to wet my beauty blender, so we'll see how that goes. This is a really cool one from Real Techniques. The shape is really different and I'm absolutely loving it. So normally I use it wet, but I forgot to wet it before I brought my little cart out. So I'm just gonna use it dry and get it all up in here. And you'll see it does have just this nice light coverage. So if I want to build it, I can go back over spots. If I want to leave it really light, I can leave it really light. And I'm just going straight from the palette to my face. I don't need to, the first time I used it, I tried using a foundation brush to kind of move it from the palette to my face. But I have found that just going straight from the palette to my face with the sponge works nicely. And this is where the different kind of shape of the sponge comes in handy, because it's really great for getting around my eyes and my nose and all of that. So I'm not going too heavy on the foundation today. I just want a little bit of coverage because my skin is kind of breaky outy and I just want to look pretty. So that's done. Also super fast. I find that it's a little bit faster to put on than the liquid. And it just feels nice. Like I don't feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup, which I absolutely love and makes me feel real good and happy. Just making sure that I have that image ready for myself. Next we need some concealer, right? A little bit slight contouring with the concealer, not a lot. If you look at this picture, she doesn't really have much going on for contouring. She just has this really beautiful, flawless base. So that's what we're going for. And I'm using just a Maybelline Pro Longwear Concealer in a very light shade. And my little unicorn concealer brush to apply. And then I will be blending with my sponge. So, same sponge. Didn't wash it, clean it. Not worried about it. It's actually okay if it blends a little bit with the foundation because then it just kind of helps all the colors and stuff blend into my skin. Get this under eye area. I'm kind of rushing through this because I'm really excited to try these colored brows. I just watched a bunch of YouTube videos about doing colored brows, and most of them are for women who barely have eyebrows, which is not helpful for those of us who do. But I think I saw some things that are going to work. I'm going to try them out here live. So if they don't work, you'll see me screwing it up. I know one of the things that's scary when you first start playing with makeup is, well, what happens if I mess it up? What happens if it looks really bad? Wash it off. If it looks bad and it doesn't work for you, wash it off. Who cares? Try again. Try something different. You don't, it's not like it's there forever. You can just wash it off. So quick little bake under my eyes because we can't not bake. And baking is just applying loose setting powder liberally to those areas where you tend to crease or get shiny. So you can see I'm hitting under my eyes and my T-zone. And then I'll let it sit for a few minutes and I'll remove it. Okay. White colored brows, which means first what I saw was a white eyeliner. So I am using my NYX Milk liner and just a disposable spoolie. You can get packages of these for like $4 at Marshall's. They're pretty handy. And just start packing this in. I saw a few different ways to do it, including using colored mascara, which if I did colored brows more, I would probably invest in some bright colored mascara. But seeing as it's still in the experimental phase for me, I didn't see the point in spending the money on the colored mascara. So basically, I just laid down a ton of the NYX white, which I'll be able to go back and kind of clean up because, as you can see, I'm looking a little Marie Antoinette here between the bake and the white. But I'll be able to go back and clean that up with a brush and some concealer. I'm just smudging it all on here and using the spoolie to get it actually into the brows, which is kind of the key for when you have longer, bushier, more there brows than all these gals on YouTube who like barely have brows and they'll like, or they shave them. How can you shave them off? I don't understand that. My bake has baked long enough. I can feel it drying, so I'm going to brush that really quick. but I don't understand the shaving of the brows thing. It doesn't make any sense to me. And now I'm just cleaning up with that brush I used to apply my concealer with no extra product on it. So whatever's on it is whatever was left from me laying down my concealer. And mostly it's just kind of blending the white in. So now I need to get the color. So I am going to take my Addiction No. 5 palette from Younique and an angled brush, just a, you know, basic angled brush. Actually, I'm going to use my Younique one because I think that one will work better. If I can find it. I just reorganized all my makeup and I don't know, and my cart and everything, and I don't know where half of my stuff is. I know I put it in here. There it is. So my Younique angle brush. See how it's a little bit fluffier? I think that'll work really well. And her brows, they're pretty pink. So I'm going to grab Victorious and start with that on the inside. And then I'm going to go to Sarcastic and Victorious together towards the outside, because you want your brows to be lighter towards the in and darker towards the out. And I totally look like a crazy lady right now with no blush and white eyebrows. So let's get some color in here. Yes, okay. So that NYX pencil, I think, or a white liner, any white liner, is going to be the technique. And I'm going to use this brush to kind of just pack on the color to start with, and then I am going to grab a more detailed angle brush to get it all cleaned up and neat and tidy so that they look on fleek, as it were. But yeah, putting that white pencil down totally worked, because not only did it lighten the hairs, but it gave the shadow something to grab onto. Now, a lot of times you go online and they say, make sure you use a matte shadow. Why? Why do I have to use a matte shadow? Why it gotta be matte? Why can't I didn't get enough pencil out on this side, I think. Why can't I use a metallic shadow like I am doing right now? These shadows have a little bit of a metallic shimmer to them. And I think that, especially if you're doing some sort of character inspired or costume or special effects makeup, is way more fun. So you can see I'm blending out, and the outer corners are going to be darker and the inner parts are going to be brighter. And that creates a more natural look, because natural is what I'm going for today, clearly, with these pink brows. And then, of course, I'm going over a friend's house tonight for a girls' night, and I'm totally going to go over with the pink brows still. So now I'm switching to my more refined liner brush and just really making sure that I've packed all the way in and down. Because that brush worked really well for just kind of getting stuff on here. But I want to make sure that I'm getting through all of my crazy, crazy brow hairs. I was watching a tutorial with Kim Tai the other day, and she's like, my brows are so bushy. And I'm like looking at them, and they're like barely there. And I'm like, girl, you know what you're talking about. You want bushy brows? Try being Italian and Portuguese. I'll give you bushy brows. I've been getting them waxed since I was in 5th grade. True story. Cool. So, NYX white pencil, or any white pencil, plus some shadow today, using the Addiction 5 palette. And you have some lovely, bright pink brows. So, I'm going to hop off and do the rest on